Alright, what is up YouTube? The name is Tech and Heat, bringing you guys another car vlog commentary. This time, don't take it kind of negative, but what the hell just happened? But don't take it negatively. I'm kind of discussing the truth behind the car scene. Now, we all love cars. At least I'm guessing a lot of people who are watching this love cars. And we all want to, you know, mod our cars. We all want to make our cars unique to us. However, to those starting off in the car scene, they kind of, at least some people, aren't aware of the kind of, I don't want to say the bad side, but they're kind of unaware of the kind of trouble they might get themselves into when getting into the car scene. And I'm not talking about, you know, they could get caught up in street racing or stuff, or getting attraction from the cops. I'm talking about financial trouble. Now, the reason why I decided to do a commentary on this is because, as some of you guys may or may not know, I just got a second job. And the main reason behind getting the second job is honestly because I want more money to be able to afford for my car. The only reason, or the only big reason I really went out to looking for another job and why I got this other one is because of my car. Some of you guys might be wondering, like, what does that mean? Why? Because the truth is, I want more mods for my car. And as you continue to progress through modding your car, you'll start to notice that mods are becoming more and more expensive the bigger you want to go. So far, I've only been able to do small mods like the strut bar, the all fit lip, the pulley that I just got. Only real expensive thing that I did was the exhaust, and that was just because I was able to save up so much money for that. But the only reason why I've been able to do these small mods is because that's what I can afford. And even saying that is a bit of a stretch, because even after I purchase some of these mods, for that time before I get my next paycheck, I'm kind of struggling. Why? Because my money went toward my car. And unfortunately, I decided to prioritize mods over, you know, daily survival. But that's just the kind of problem a lot of people tend to get themselves into when it comes to modding the car. A lot of people are probably aware of the term the mod bug, which is probably like the core reason for this financial problem. In a way, I can compare it, well, not off of personal experience, but it's a very common, you know, comparison, is to drugs. You start off small, you know, you dabble with it a little bit, and some people get addicted. And when that addiction hits, they wind up dumping in more and more money to be able to, you know, cope with that addiction. And unfortunately, the car scene is kind of like that too. You start buying small mods, or some people might just go straight to a big mod like a turbo, and eventually they want to do it more. For some people, it's because they love that feeling of doing something themselves to their car and seeing the results, or they just straight love the results. They love the fun factor that that mod has now put into their car. For instance, when I got my exhaust, which is my very first mod, the amount of smiles I had on my face just listening to the new sound just got me wanting more. It's like, I need to do more of this. And not to mention that I pretty much did the exhaust 85% on my own, that it felt good to see, you know, that I was able to do that, and I, again, wanted to do it some more. So that's why I started to buy more and more mods, and now I'm at the point where I kind of have to start finding a way to get more money, because the one and only job I had just wasn't cutting it, especially because around that time I started reaching a point where my hours were getting cut from its usual, so I wasn't able to make enough money to buy more expensive stuff. That's why I went to get the second job. But again, that's just what happens when you get into the car scene. You'll start to hit this struggle of, I need to make more money to buy more parts. And even those who may have as much money as, you know, is needed, they'll start to realize, like, as they constantly look at their bank account, I'm not having as much money as I used to. And then they look at their car and they all of a sudden realize that's why. Is it a bad thing? Not exactly, because to be honest, whether you're addicted to cars or whatever hobby, something is going to drain your money out. Something is going to drain your wallet. It's bound to happen. Nobody is just hogging up all their money. Nobody, you know, everybody is not millionaires. And the reason for that is just because of life and because there's a hobby that they have that just requires money. It just so happens to be that the car scene is just one of the most expensive hobbies you can get into. And this has been discussed numerous times. One of the recent people who I saw discuss this was Rob Ferretti, where he discussed how car enthusiasts always love to do project cars. However, you'll always realize that they put in way more money into that car than what the car is even worth. People will dump in like 50, 100 grand, depending on how long and how big they want to do their project. And yet the car will only be like half of that. And then they'll go off selling it for sometimes less than what the car was originally worth. And they'll do that just so they can buy another car and repeat the process all over again. It's unfortunate that we're wasting so much money on it, but at the same time, you can argue that yes, we're doing this because it's fun, it's creative, it's just something that we love to get excited about. These guys are, y'all illegal, y'all causing the double yellow while you have traffic coming on the other side. Y'all can't be patient, and you bitch freaking cut me off. Fuck you, not supposed to do that. I hate people like that. Whatever, it's just something you gotta deal with when you're on the road. Some people are just too impatient. But anyways, that's majority of what I want to talk about. If I continue talking, it's just gonna be rambling on. But the reason why I want to discuss about this is because now that I have this second job, it's really showing me just how, again, I don't want to say it's bad. Okay, you guys are slowing down. I'll just pass then. I don't want to say it's a bad thing. I just want to bring out the reality that the car scene, getting into it, anybody who wants to get into the car scene, just know that it's not going to be cheap. Okay, you're going to be dumping a lot of money, especially if that mod bug really hits you hard. If it hits you really hard to where every time you do a mod, it's just not good enough and you just want more and more and more and more and more, you're going to be dumping a lot of money into your car. Will you have fun with it? Of course. A lot of times you see car guys, they don't really regret what they've done to their car because they're constantly smiling. You know, that famous "that dude in blue" or David Patterson term, smiles per gallon. That's pretty much what happens when you mod your car. You get more smiles. And whether it be from the driver itself or from those around you, you know, many people, as they say, will break their necks to look at what you've done. And whenever you see that, it kind of, again, puts a smile on your face. It's like, yeah, they appreciate what I've done to my car. Some people might find it obnoxious, but not everyone's a car person, so it's understandable. But again, now I'm hitting the point of rambling on. I'm gonna end the video off here. Let me know what you guys think about the car scene and that negative side of the mod bug and just burning a massive hole into people's bank accounts and wallets. Do you guys regret what you've done to your cars, or do you just see it as a fun hobby you got into? For me, I think this is fun. I really don't have any regrets, and if this means getting another job just to cope with this fun, hell, I'm for it. It's better than drugs. And even though I don't have personal experience with much drugs, I'm pretty sure that's a fact. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, this has been your boy Chicken Heat, and I'm out. Peace.